While there are some mixed opinions about whether studying outside is beneficial or not, there is one opinion almost everyone can agree on, and that is this spring weather is something to be enjoyed. While students say they still have some healthy options on menus, some dining halls require students to pay more for salads. With a recent rise in gas prices, Texas State University's police department says students' safety is their #1 priority. In this situation, high gas prices won't mean less patrolling units. With beautiful spring weather in our midst and summer quickly approaching, some Texas State students are finding it hard to stay focused on their schoolwork. So how can students remain dedicated to their studies while still being able to enjoy the spring weather? Senior Tiffany Herrera says there is an answer.
You can do a little bit of both and study while you're outside.
Slack Lab assistant Demetrio Graham says there's nothing wrong with studying outside if you have a plan.
Basically, just organization is key. If you're going to be outside for about 2 or 3 hours, then that same 2 or 3 hours, make sure you put it into your studies.
General Studies senior Mallory Kahutek says studying time indoors all the time makes it harder to attend class.
Yeah, I feel like if you spend all your time in the library, then maybe you would want to skip on pretty days. But if you study like outside in between classes, maybe you'll get that dose of sun.
But studying outside isn't helpful to everyone.
There's more distractions while you're outside, and so it makes it a little bit harder, especially if you're laying out by the water and you want to get in the water, but you have your school stuff, so it makes it, there are definitely more distractions.
For senior Pierre Angelo Piccini, studying outside is more beneficial.
It's actually quieter in my head, because if you're inside like in a library on the quiet floor, you can still hear people whispering, and like the little ambient noises out here actually help you just like calm down and not think about everything going on inside.
While there are some mixed opinions about whether studying outside is beneficial or not, there is one opinion almost everyone can agree on, and that is this spring weather is something to be enjoyed. For Bobcat Update, I'm Ana Anguiano. According to a recent report from Texas Comptroller Susan Combs, more than 65% of adult Texans are overweight or obese. Perhaps part of the problem is that many of us opt for the wrong kinds of food on campus. On campus, there are plenty of healthy options available, according to Leslie Bulkley, resident district manager of Chartwells. Bulkley says students just have to choose the right foods.
I think if you walk around before you even start getting your plate and eating, if you just walk around and see what there is, you'll find there's all kinds of options.
While students say they still have some healthy options on menus, some dining halls require students to pay more for salads. Senior Amanda Mendoza says she's satisfied with the many choices offered at Texas State, but sometimes she's unsure of which foods are the healthiest.
But I haven't done the specific research on what everything is worth, and it might be a surprise to find out that something you thought was healthy is actually less healthy than a hamburger here at Jones or something.
If students are still unsure of what to choose from, Chartwell's chefs are available for consultation. All you have to do is set up an appointment with the district manager of Chartwells. While Texas State dining halls are trying their best to accommodate everyone, it still may not be enough. For Bobcat Update, I'm Ana Anguiano. Student safety is one of Texas State's main priorities, and the recent surge in gas prices might affect how the police department patrols the campus. Sue Stewart, who handles UPD crime prevention, says patrol units are under strict guidelines now that gas prices have risen.
We have a policy that we try and keep our mileage down per vehicle per shift.
The use of each vehicle under UPD's control is supposed to be limited to 20 miles or less per day.
You still have to keep a specific number of cars out so that you have, not only are your citizens safe, but your officers also have a safe backing number of other officers.
Compared with other law enforcement divisions, UPD has an advantage because it has less to patrol.
The campus is so small, we just kind of all patrol all over.
With a recent rise in gas prices, Texas State University's police department says students' safety is their #1 priority. In this situation, high gas prices won't mean less patrolling units. For Bobcat Update, I'm Ana Anguiano. Former President George W. Bush is on a mountain bike ride to honor wounded veterans. He kicked off the Warrior 100 ride yesterday at Big Bend National Park in Texas. The former president is biking 100 kilometers, or about 62 miles, with 14 servicemen and women who were injured in Iraq or Afghanistan. The 3-day ride ends tomorrow. It's the first event put on by the Bush Center's Social Enterprise Initiative.